There are two things you should know about me. 1. I work hard to enjoy the things I've earned. And 2. I don't tolerate freeloaders. Especially not HOA freeloaders who think they can treat my private property like a community park. I had a pool built in my backyard last summer. It wasn't cheap, heated, tiled, with underwater lighting and a filtration system I'm still paying off. I was proud of it. But soon after construction finished, I noticed something strange. My pool cover would be removed in the mornings, deck chairs moved, and once I even found wet towels that weren't mine. At first, I thought maybe my kids had forgotten to clean up. But then one night, I decided to check. Around midnight, I heard splashing. I crept out quietly and peeked over the fence. And there she was, Karen, the HOA president herself, splashing around an MY pool with a drink in her hand like she owned the place. The worst part? She brought friends. 3 other HOA members were lounging on my deck chairs, sipping wine, laughing, and enjoying themselves like it was a private resort. The next morning, I confronted her. Karen, were you in my pool last night? She didn't even try to deny it. Yes, and? You live in an HOA community. Amenities should be shared. Consider it a neighborhood benefit. I stared at her, dumbfounded. It's my pool. I paid for it. It's on MY property. Karen smirked. Well, if you wanted privacy, you shouldn't have joined an HOA. Don't worry, we'll take good care of it. That was the last straw. I tried going through the official channels first, reported her behavior, filed complaints, but the HOA board was useless. Turns out, half of them were part of her little midnight swim club. They dismissed my concerns, saying, "It's just neighborly fun." So I decided to end the fun. A buddy of mine works in waste management. With his help, I arranged a little adjustment to the plumbing system that led into the pool. Specifically, I rerouted a temporary connection from a nearby septic tank into the drain system. Don't worry, this wasn't illegal, and I made sure it was reversible. But the effect? Let's just say it transformed my sparkling blue pool into a brown, swampy, reeking disaster. That night, I sat on my porch with a beer and waited. Sure enough, around 11:45, Karen and her crew slipped through the gate, giggling with their wine glasses. I heard the splash, followed by the loudest shriek I've ever heard in my life. Karen shot out of the pool, covered in filth, gagging and screaming. One of the board members actually threw up on my lawn. The smell was unbearable, and the sight was even worse. They scrambled out, slipped on the deck, and ran down the street dripping sewage the entire way. The very next day, I mysteriously received a letter from the HOA accusing me of endangering residents. I sent back a polite response with photos of the signs I had posted, private property, no trespassing, along with camera footage of them breaking in at night. I also let them know that the footage had been shared with the county sheriff. Funny thing is, the HOA suddenly dropped the matter. No more letters, no more pool parties. Karen avoided me for weeks, and word spread quickly around the neighborhood about what had happened. And my pool? Don't worry, I drained, sanitized, and refilled it properly afterward. Now it's cleaner than ever, and completely off-limits to anyone but me and my family. As for Karen, every time she walks past my house now, she can't even look at the pool without turning red. I don't think she'll be sneaking into anyone's backyard ever again. My takeaway? If someone insists on treating your pool like a public amenity, sometimes you just have to show them what a real community pool smells like.